Aren't you tired of always being a supporting character in your own life? If you're nodding your head furiously, then this is just for you because it's time for you to reclaim the spotlight. Today, we're diving deep into the essence of the high standards woman, the woman who says sayonara to settling and demands the very best from herself and her life. Welcome, welcome to the Star Monroe Show with your extravagant and flamboyant host, myself, Star Monroe, psychotherapist, master life coach, and founder of the High Standards Woman. This podcast, just to make sure you're in the right place, is for ambitious, driven women who demand more, who are ready to align with their higher selves. I call her your inner muse, embody their inherent worth, and magnetize everything they desire. Now, I am excited. Behind the scenes, I am putting together the grand mama of courses. It's called the High Standards Woman Finishing School. And I'm going to be sharing one of the core concepts. There's 9 with you today. It's called the Cartier factor. And you must embrace the Cartier factor. It's a blend of luxury. Now, I need to do another podcast unfolding and unpacking the word luxury, because luxury, we're led to believe, is expensive cars, beautiful houses, designer clothes. It's not. It's a way of life. It's the richness and depth one gets and feels when one is living aligned with their highest self. So if I go back to the Cartier factor, it's a blend of luxury, elegance, and timeless quality that reflects your high standards and unshakable belief in your own worth. Darling, if you don't believe in yourself, no one else is going to. And a side note to this, I was looking at my memories on Facebook, and a year ago, I started the journey into becoming the next level version of me. And this is how it starts. You've got to decide, you've got to draw a line in the sand. And it does mean that you've got to shift how you talk to yourself, and you've got to demand more from yourself. I mean, you hear me say this over and over again. So, coming back to the Cartier factor, this luxury, elegance, and timeless quality, it's like a stunning Cartier piece. Now, I don't know if you've studied Cartier. I have in-depthly. I don't even know if that's a word, but we're going with it. Oh my God, their pieces are exquisite. And those pieces are born to shine, to stand out. And this is for you too. You are meant to shine and stand out. You're not meant to blend into the crowd. You're not meant to be invisible. You are here. You have your own uniqueness about you. And the world wants you to be embodied in it. So, how do you wake this version of you up? This version of you that's aligned with her inner muse and embodying the Cartier factor? Well, it all starts with self awareness. And later on in the month, I'm going to be talking more about my journey with self-awareness and self-responsibility, which sound like big boring words, and yet they're not, because they are the portals into your most authentic, aligned version of you. So wherever you are, if you want to step up, sashay into this next level version of you, if you want to become the high standards woman, you've got to start with self-awareness. I call it audacious self-awareness. And take a moment with me now, because if you're anything like a couple of my clients, I give them homework and then they're like, oh, I forgot all about that. Do that right now with me. Do this right now. Reflect on what's holding you back. Is it fear of judgment? Or is it comfort in mediocrity? I mean, those comfort zones get pretty comfortable. And so you've got to start to meet yourself where you're at. And I get it, there is this habit, a pattern that we have learned as we've moved through life to just brush it aside, move on, put a happy smiley face on it. No, 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 that won't ever do, because you always have to meet yourself where you're at and create allies within yourself. The parts of you that is scared of judgment, or the part of you is actually like, oh, I want to stay in my comfort zone. That will be fear too. It's all fear based. And yet, your job is to befriend these parts. So instead of pushing those feelings away, it's a different journey that I teach when you come into my world. You honor them. You don't give them the boot. You don't go hell for leather. You're like, wow, there's a part of me that's scared. There's a part of me that is uncomfortable with stepping more out into who I really am. Because I'm going to say this right now, you do know who you really are. Oh, baby, she's in there. She's in there, and I'm going to talk more about the red thread later on in the month as well. Your job is to keep your eyes wide open, your heart wide open to these moments where you come through. So coming back to these feelings, these are protective parts of you that deserve recognition. And everything shifted for me when I did start to see that these parts, the parts that were scared, the parts that were frightened, the parts that like, I can't do this, or this is going to run out, or I'm not enough, or people are not going to like me. Actually, they're protecting me. My God, you're so clever. Your body is so clever. Your mind is so clever. And they deserve the recognition because they've been doing a stellar job. So we become allies with these parts of us rather than forging ahead and going, yeah, I've got this. It's, yeah, I've got this, and I can be with this part of myself. Make them your allies as you deepen your connection. And also, as you do this, you deepen the connection to yourself, to these parts of you inside. You reduce the conflict, you reduce the at war with oneself. And I always say, well, if you're fighting with yourself, you're expending so much energy which you could be putting into your creativity and doing the things that are lighting you up. And all of this is going to strengthen you in alignment. So I'm going to give you 2 practices today. Keep this short and sweet this fabulous week, of ways where you can connect deeper into you and start really meeting yourself where you're at. And the first one is mirror magic. Now, I've taught mirror work for years and years and years, and there's lots of different ways to do mirror. I call it mirror magic. And yet, one of the simplest, most easiest ways that I can guide my clients into really seeing themselves, and if you've got a mirror near you now, flip it out, baby, because we're going to be doing this right now. Actually, I'm going to go over to my mirror and do it. So what I want you to do is look into the mirror. Okay, so you look into the mirror and you're going to start to see your reflection. Start to really see your reflection. And I haven't quite got my eyes on my face, or I'm not looking into my eyes just yet. And then what I want to do in this mirror, if you've got a little pocket mirror, then I'm sure you can make this work. You're going to put your fingertips on your shoulder. You're going to put your fingertips on your shoulder. And with me right now, we're just going to take a deep breath in. And we're going to breathe out together. And as we're breathing out, we're just going to bring our gaze up and look into our eyes. And maybe we just lower our gaze down and then look back up. Take another deep breath in, keep your hand on your shoulder, and repeat these words. I see you. I see you. I see you. And I'm here. And it's safe here. It's safe. It's safe to be us. I see you. And then to complete the practice, you bring your gaze down to your hand, which is still on your shoulder. And then you bring that hand off the mirror, place it on your heart. And another deep breath in. And a deep breath out. This, so simple, so beautiful. This simple act of self-compassion is a powerful step towards you seeing you. Darling, no one's going to see you. No one is going to respect you until you see you, you respect yourself. And this is all about you reconnecting back to yourself, which I get it. We live in a crazy world that's full of noise. And what better way for you to take a moment each and every single day? No, you do not get to do this today and then forget about it. You do this every single day. And it is about strengthening that channel between you and your higher self. I'm going to give you another practice to play around with as well. And I want you to seek out iconic role models. Now, I would say they want to be older. Iconic female role models that are older than you, because we want to look up, but also let's add this, we want to look out as well. And so you're looking for women out there that you really admire. And I'm going to put the shadow side to this as well, that maybe you're jealous or envious of them. I'm like, good. This is so good. Like, I love to embrace the parts of me that are jealous or envious, because it's a part of me and it's another doorway into getting to know more about me. And also, it's telling me something. And what I've learned personally about myself is when I'm really envious of another woman out there, it's like the voice, the old pattern is, she's doing it, you can't do it. That's the voice. That is the narrative. And then underneath it, it was this part of me that thought, this is not for me. I can't do this. And slowly, as I've become allies with these parts of me, it's like, it's safe, darling. We do get to do this. We do get to do this, and we're going to find our own way to do it. And this woman in front of us, she's a mirror. She's a mirror for what's available for us. And I've been doing this practice for years, for years. And I believe I'm at a point where wherever I start to feel those old feelings, those old stirrings of jealousy or envy, it's like, actually, that woman, she's living the life that is available for me. It's like this rewiring that we can do of ourselves when we're ready to meet the parts of us that come up. Anyway, look, I sidetracked. Let's go back to seeking out iconic role models. So yes, what I want you to do is grab your journal and create a list of the qualities you admire in others. Is it that they're confident? Is it that they're elegant, bold, flamboyant, full of self-expression? Do they have that air of sophistication? Or are they bold and bawdy? Is that a word? I'm sure it is. I feel it. It's BAWDY. Whatever it is, write it down, because what you see in them is in you too. And again, for my ones that get a little jealous and envious, I see you. We've got this. It's okay. It's a sign. It's a portal. It's like, yeah, that's available for me. That's available for me. And I get really excited now when I see women succeeding in life. It's like, oh my God, yes, that is available for me too. I know I keep going on about the same thing, but I'm so excited about this because I can really cellularly feel, I should have just left that word alone. I can feel it in the bones of my body and the cells of my body that I've rewired myself. Yes. So get curious. So as you've got these list of qualities from your iconic older role models, get curious as to how you can start to embody these traits in your everyday life. Like I said, maybe she's bold. Well, maybe you wear a bold red lipstick tomorrow. Maybe a woman is self-expressed. Well, maybe you go to a dance class or learn tango. Maybe she's sophisticated. So you're like, oh, I'm going to wear my most sophisticated outfit and change how I walk. There are so many ways that you can start to embody these traits into yourself right here, right now. And as you do this, remember, life is an experiment. Darling, you're experimenting who you are and who you are not. You are becoming more you through your experimentation. This is how I've got to me. I have literally experimented with so many different things in life, and it's like, wow, it all led back to me. We need more of your uniqueness, your authentic self that captivates and inspires. Now, we did a lot in a short time today. So I introduced one of the 9 core concepts from the High Standards Woman Finishing School, which is the Cartier factor, which is all about exclusivity, luxury, elegance, and that timeless quality. Go and have a look at Cartier products. I'm just like, oh my God, I love them so much. And then I talked about how you can awaken this version of you up, this authentic version of you up that is a deeply connected to her inner muse, your higher self. And we did mirror magic, and you're seeking out iconic role models. And in the process, you're welcoming in all your feelings. And I always say they're so welcome around the seat of me, or the table of me. And I imagine there's a big, huge table around my heart. And it's like Alice in Wonderland. And we've got all these different chairs, and there's cakes, and there's cups of tea on the table. And there's like my little inner child jumping around. There's my jealous version. There's my stroppy version. There's my depressed version. There's my addict. There is my alcoholic. We're all here. We're all here, and we're all together. And I'm standing at the edge, at this end of the table, going, darling, I've got you. I am taking care of you. And they're like, yes, finally, someone is looking after us, so we don't have to look after her. I love this work so much, and I love that I'm here with you and you're here with me. I appreciate your time, your energy, and your commitment to being the highest version of yourself, because you only get this one and only glorious life. Before I sign off, I want to remind you that the High Standards Woman Finishing School is coming soon. I'm putting her together this month, and if you want to be the first to know, get on the wait list. It's in the show notes. And literally, this program is a step-by-step blueprint for lasting change, not just surface level change. This is why this program's different. This is deep, everlasting change. I've weaved practices and wisdom from my psychotherapy practice into this so that you can navigate the obstacles, the blocks that are going to come your way, because that's part of you coming back home to you. You've got to shatter all that conditioning. This program distills my insights into effective practices that empower you to confidently become the high standards woman who always gets what she wants. I'm getting so excited, I cannot even get my words out right now. Thank you again for joining me. I appreciate you. I see you. I believe in you. Go sashay through the day. And remember, join me each week for transformational conversations, insights, and strategies to help you level all the way up. Before there's a song there, embrace unapologetic confidence and live a life of excellence. It's time to become the woman who always gets what she wants.